Well, good morning, everybody. Kerry Moriarty, representing Subcommittee Number 5, Revitalization of Avenue of Flags. First off, let me say it's very exciting for me to kind of see things starting to come together. I know it's a little bit slow in some people's opinion, especially Ron, but when I first got involved here about 10 years ago, coming up with the concept for the Vintage Walk project along Avenue of Flags, you know, it hit me. I did another project previous to that called Burgundy Hills, which was a residential condominium project, but driving up and down the Avenue of Flags and driving around the San Ynez Valley, it came to me that, wow, what an opportunity this community has. I mean, the proximity of Buellton in relationship to the entire valley, the proximity to the 101 freeway with all that traffic going up and down, the beauty, the natural scenery, the weather. I mean, it's all there, and I got excited about it, and you know, started looking for property up and down the avenue, purchased that property, which is now the Vintage Walk, which we're very proud of, and I think kind of, you know, selfishly, I think maybe that got the ball rolling for redevelopment, or at least the idea of redeveloping the Avenue of Flags portion of Buellton. So kind of looking back now, I remember discussions with Steve, former business manager, talking about some of his ideas, and then seeing this potential vision 8-10 years ago. Now it's exciting to see things starting to take shape. It's great to see the community involvement, people getting together, putting ideas on paper. I know it's a little bit exacerbating. You know, sometimes I feel like this process just keeps going on, and it's a lot of talk and, you know, platitudes and here's what we want. But, you know, that's the starting point, and that's how the process works. Once we get it down, and I think the base is being set to move forward now and get things done. So I'm excited about it, and it's kind of fun to see it all starting to come together. That being said, I'm going to make my presentation very brief. I don't have a presentation. I thought this was going to be more of a discussion, question-answer forum, but I would say just go ahead and refer to your subcommittee reports for subcommittee number 5. You know, and essentially our goal for the committee was to consolidate and refine all the information that we obtained during the various visioning process over the last year and a half. And then to organize that material, put it together, and provide a roadmap to implement those objectives. Our goal for Subcommittee 5 also was to shape a vision statement in which to create a context or a framework to obtain these objectives. And I think as you look at our vision statement, and I'm sure many of you have already looked at that, I think it, you know, it's right on point. I think it explains and outlines, defines, whatever word you want to use, exactly what everybody has talked about that can happen along the Avenue of Flags. We have to create a town core, something to rally around, you know, when you look at it, it says a downtown village environment. I think that says it all. Says it all. Once again, I think everybody by now is familiar with, you know, the information in our summary. I would like to just touch on a couple of those objectives. Primarily, item 5.11 in your booklet, establish a special district zoning for the Avenue of Flags street. So, I mean, this is the critical point. You know, come out, let's define our boundaries for the revitalization of the flags. Let's come up with our design criteria, our uses, all the bullet points, all the objectives in 5.11. I think that's the critical. It gives people a vision. It gives us a context. Gives us an outline for where we're going, and it's critical to come up with at least this base plan in item 5.11, because right now there's a lot of confusion. I'm a developer. Anybody coming into this market, anybody looking at Buellton, they would be crazy to try to do any type of revitalization or any type of development on the avenue because they wouldn't know what to expect. Once we get 5.11, I've had too much coffee, so 5.11 lease in the books and stated, now we have a context from which people can come in and say, oh, that's what we can do on the Avenue of Flags. So that is priority in all of these. This is going to take a lot of time. All these points are going to take some time, but if we can get 5.11 going, at least now there's context for people to come in and invest in this community and come up with various ideas. So I think that's important. I'll only touch on one other item, which is the 5.16 continued property refurbishment program. What's it?
And I think you know how I feel about the intrusions on private property.
Yes, and in fact, all of our discussion regarding regarding our use of or possible development and preservation of lands like that had always the primary concept in concert with private property owners. We hope to accomplish this. Thank you very much.